Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you the Queen of Cups for your overall energy for this full blood moon in Virgo. It is a total lunar eclipse, and briefly, that is focusing on the qualities of the planet Virgo. The sign Virgo, which is about goddess energy. So, our qualities of compassion, our sensitivity to energies around us, to the emotions of others, not simply people, but things, to the earth. Our intuitive abilities are greatly heightened, as well as the courage that we've gained from those skills to look at the darker sides of our own psyches. So this is where you have more courageous in stepping up to those behavior patterns that have caused you discomfort, harm, shame, and that you are understanding that the fear of those things gives them greater control over your conscious mind and your conscious activities without you even knowing it. So this is powerful energy that syncs beautifully with the Queen of Cups. All of these energies, the queens are always daughters of the Empress for sure, but the High Priestess to a different extent. And I think the purity of service, the intention to help, to assist, to heal as a result of the healing that you've been able to give to yourself is what makes you a beacon during some very difficult times that we're in. You're aware of the holistic way in which we must care for ourselves, particularly in difficult times. All of the skills that we bring to what appears to be a monolith of greed and cruelty, you're actually very cognizant of all the ways in which we are not those things, all the small, invisible, regional, local ways that we can express our compassion for one another, our connection to the earth in a healing and positive way. So this is beautiful energy, and this is resonating with your higher collective goals, your humanitarianism, your idealism, which is not ideal when it is practiced in the real world. And that's what you're all about. You're all about caring for one another, and the earth is included in that. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so it's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And I appreciate all the time that new and familiar viewers are sharing with me. So thank you. I take that seriously. And you are being seen, and you are identifying in this area of your life that represents the community, the world. The Ace of Swords is a sword of truth. It is the sword of justice. This is your willingness to confront those false assumptions, that injustice, the untruths that are articulated in our world over and over again like a drum. You understand that by challenging the assumptions that are presented to us that constrain us to behave in a certain way, that we are piercing through the cloud of media, the actions of corporations that tell us that we can do no more than to buy things. All our job is to consume. We can't expect to be cared for. Our job is to buy. And you are about far more of our capacity and potential than we are told. And you're about confronting that, addressing that, telling the truth, searching for justice the right way, looking for what is right, doing what is right, and helping others, organizing others to appreciate that, to activate those behaviors and actions that bring us to a clear understanding that we hold justice in our everyday practices and beliefs. In the first house, the Three of Pentacles is you working with others in the most collaborative way possible. You have absolutely rejected any hierarchies in favor of recognizing and respecting the strengths and skills of each member of your community, particularly with regards to creating something special. This can be a business, a group, a class, an organization that you are working with, a new project that includes those with different, unique expertise, all in alignment and unified by the same social goals, the same humanitarian goals, the same belief in equality, equity, in justice and fairness. Your endeavor is to make something that already exists more beautiful, more perfect. Perfect to me is kind of a bad word, but I'm using it in the sense of improvement, eternal improvement, always evolving, always developing something to fit the needs of the audiences today. So this is something that you are investing yourself in wholeheartedly. And because of the collaborative process that you utilize with others, you are constantly in a position of pushing your own leadership further and of learning from other experts around the table. This allows everyone to participate at their level and to participate in the success of something. So this is all about not authoring, not owning, not dominating something successful, but in sharing that success, sharing that prosperity and that pleasure in creating something, having fun, exercising your strengths. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your home, your soul, really the Knight of Cups is about the ongoing exploration that you've already committed to as part of your own creative process. What you've learned is just peeling back a layer or so of your own creative well, how you feed your dreams, how you feed your actions, particularly for those of you that are creatives. This is an important way of utilizing the current times, no matter how fraught they are, clear that they are the fuel for some of the most phenomenal uh, recognized works of art that we appreciate now. There are many examples that one could cite, but a classic one is Picasso's Guernica, the mural-sized painting about the Spanish Civil War. So this is just one small sample of the way in which even war, even global devastation can fuel creative thoughts, messaging, powerful clarity, truth, and discussions, actions that lead to healing. In the seventh house of significant relationships, we have here the Knight of Wands as opposed to the Knight of Cups. So you're actively exploring and discovering, and this is giving me a key to how you are healing yourself and how you're channeling that into truth, into clarity, into transparency in the work that you are devising for you and your team, your collective, your community. The Knight of Wands is all about continuing to pursue the things that interest you. What are the thematic threads that pull you through your own experiences? What are the unifying trends that you identify that you can narrate in a fresh way? And this is very much a part of your creative process. uncovering the stories that are yours, but belong to many, of course, and that need to be told in the way that you can tell them. If this reading is resonating for you so far, please like this video, please share it with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is so appreciated. And I've pulled for you the Imagination card, one of my favorite cards. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. This is so beautiful. It needs no further description or connection. This is the boon. This is the food for all creative enterprise. And creativity need not be confined to making art. This is about your everyday practicable activities, ways in which they become yours uniquely, your personal stamp, the way you cook, the way you take care of yourself, the way you garden, the way you work at a job, the kind of work you do, and the way that you are creating or generating projects that lead to more collective creation. In the first house, the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Wands. And these so often go together in order to devote oneself to the work that expresses one's authentic skills and talents. One must give space to the development of those. And the Seven of Wands is indicating a certain amount of defensiveness that is customary for you in defending your right to be who you are and to choose the work that you choose. Because of the many skills you possess, others often see you as working in another way, not necessarily in a way that isn't in alignment with who you are, but taking you away from your own activities and projects that are ultimately much more promising. Assisting others to be successful is not your jam right now. Your jam is to be a success at your own authentic voice, being productive about that. In the fourth house, the Knight of Cups is clarified by the Star. And this is particularly beautiful because it shows your faith, the faith that you are investing in your North Star. This is a vision of a better world. This is a vision of a healthier, more productive community, one in which everyone is cared for, everyone is given access to the expression of their own authenticity. And this is part of the better world that instigates your organizing with others. Part of the purpose is ways in which you are marshaling your community, or a part of the way that your community is marshaling itself to visualize and expose healthier ways of living. In the seventh house, the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. I always find it interesting how we continue throughout our lives to work on the same themes, perhaps to clarify the same obstacles that we come to understand are within ourselves. There's a way that you have been defined by others, you have been assigned a role or a lane that you know does not well describe your character, does not well describe your talents or your gifts. And however, even as you change that story, change your allegiance or your investment in other ways of living, there are certain vows of poverty that we often assume or take unconsciously as part of being a good person, rejecting perhaps the way in which you were conditioned to be as not being about money. So we unconsciously decide that money isn't good, because if I became abundant as a result of a rejection of my family values, then that might mean something about me that I don't mean. And you've unconsciously eliminated the possibility of financial abundance as part of what you deserve, what you've earned, what you've worked for. So I do see you undoing, trying to understand how you have made those, limited yourself in that way, and how you are capable of reversing those limitations by telling yourself a different story about your life, who you are, talking to yourself in a more gentle, kindly way, seeing your life as happy rather than a life of struggle, releasing the idea of struggle. This is huge. In the 10th house, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Chariot. Aha. And now we have another 7. And 7s are, for me, about being on your right path, being on your authentic path, the path of your destiny, the path of your purpose. And it's also about why your ordinary, mundane defenses are helping you. They may be automatic and feel as though you are protecting something that doesn't need to be protected. But given your history, you are more fundamentally not trying to be like everybody else anymore. You're not trying to fit into the crowd, fold yourself in, be a wolf in lamb's sheep's clothing, however the expression goes. You are more confident about simply accepting your gifts, your purpose, accepting the glory, the destiny, the mission that you are on, gratitude for that mission, gratitude for your gifts that are helping you accomplish that mission, and moving very swiftly because of your focus as you eliminate all the distractions that pull your energy away towards success. I am going to finish off this reading, Scorpio, with a crystal oracle and hope that this reading has been helpful to you. And I have pulled the turquoise. And turquoise is about our throat chakra. And again, this is how we express ourselves, how we tell our stories. And the key word is truth. Speak from your heart. It is the only thing worth listening to. If you've enjoyed this content, Scorpio, check out the video above for more content that I hope you'll enjoy. And until next time, namaste.